It's the Rangers Journal night.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Rangers Journal's post-match reaction to Rangers, 3, Dundee United 1 at the final game at Ibrox this season. Joining me to discuss the action is Dylan. Dylan, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Game was all right, wasn't it? Really, game of both halves again, I would probably say, but we'll get into it, I'm sure.
Yep, I think you're spot on. Just to go over the starting lineup, was anything a surprise? Was Butland a shock for you, or do you sort of expect it? Or
to be fair, I thought Liam Kelly's been doing all right on goals, so I think it was a bit of a shock to see him in. But again, I thought he done all right tonight. Thought he actually done pretty well. A couple of saves that maybe routine, but never had any howlers. I think the time out of the team done him well. Do you know what I mean? Surprised maybe at Hamza starting in that left wing area. I don't like it. I'd rather just get a run up front. So apart from that, mate, it was a normal team, wasn't it?
Yeah, he really did sort of stick with the sort of his tried and tested for this evening. I took basically bits of the game through and through the first half. So the first half really, I've got Iggyman header had a decent header as a chance, which he sort of put wide. Probably maybe should have done better. Maybe even work the keeper. Do you think?
I think probably, mate. I think, sorry, just to get a touch on the team, I don't know what Enciala's done to not get into the team again. And listen, I like Big Balogun, I really do. But we need to know again what guys are made of, how they can cope, and how they're going to, if we do keep them play. And I think there was a number of players or subs that could have come on earlier the night. But mate, with the Iggyman chance, I thought, part of me thinks he's unlucky because I think he's maybe expecting as it Dessers or the defender in front of him to maybe get to it, and it comes to him quite quick. I think he does all right to get it near, but I think you're right. He probably should hit the target for being critical.
Yeah, I thought the same when I first seen it. I thought, how's he not done better? But then you see, he might have been on site it, and he might have thought somebody else was getting it. So he does kind of have to adjust to get it. I know you're talking about NCL when I've made a note for talking about the subs because there was a raft of subs in the second half, so we'll touch on that. Then literally straight away, Butland has a save, and I thought, oh, here we go. This game, we've been all over them for the most part, and then they've been up the pitch first chance they get, and they have a pretty decent chance, which I think they probably should have done better with.
I agree, and I think that's probably what settled Butland into the game. Maybe having to make that save earlier on and no messing it up. But a couple of times he brought the boy following him. I think his name is quite decent for them, especially when they attacked. And listen, it was a good save at the end of the day. But it's a save you expect the Rangers going to make. But just because of the way their season's been going and how poor Butland's been, when you see that chance happening, you almost think, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I thought, here we go, but I think you're right. I think a keeper in his position probably wants a save early just to sort of settle the nerves, and that gets that one out the way, and then you don't have to worry about it. You can just sort of settle into the game. And then shortly after that, Dessers has a big chance as well, which I thought he maybe should have done better with. But I mean, it's just the story of Dessers, isn't it?
Remind me, what chance was that again, Joe?
I'm trying to think. All I can see is the goal, but he has a chance. It's the one he blazes over.
I can remember them having a chance and me thinking, here we go again, typical sort of Dessers, you know what I mean? But I think Dessers is funny because there's a number of times where, like, his header's tremendous. What a header it is. Mm-hmm. And there's times where he'll get the ball and just nothing will happen. He's so hard to predict, probably as a player playing against him as well, what he's going to do. See, when that ball comes in, you're thinking, as a defender, he's safe, he's not scoring for there. And he puts it in the top bin. So, again, it's difficult to determine what he's going to do. But I thought, all in all, he had an all right game tonight.
Yeah. So after that, then United score, and it's typical us, isn't it? It's a set piece. Now, granted, I watched it back, and actually, the ball in the box is probably the exact spot it needs to go because it's in between Tav Balogun and then somebody else, and the Dundee United guys just higher between the three of them. I think it's Tav.
Tam-
Uh,
yeah.
it just gets the flick on. That's all it needs to go into the net. And to me, I thought it was a pretty decent set piece goal to score.
I would agree with you, mate. I thought the ball in was whipped. It was pacey. It was a good height just to come and meet it. Similar to the ones that we used to do when Gerrard was here. The
Yeah.
ball would go front post and sometimes it would be flicked onto the back. I thought it's Tav's man, but Dundee need to flood the front post area.
Yeah.
And they just put it right into that area. And like you said, it was the perfect ball and the perfect area for it. I don't think Butler can do anything with it. I don't even really think Tav can do anything with it, even though it's his man. He's trying to stay with him. He runs into a crowd of people, and it's whoever gets their head on the ball type thing. It's probably well worked for Dundee United's point of view. But like I say, like the Gordon says here, it was just so quick, and front post headers are always hard to defend against. If they get run on you, you're snookered.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was like I say, it's one of those ones where I think it was just
Yeah.
it was worked perfectly. The dead ball was perfect for the scenario they were going for, and it's paid off. But it didn't last too long. Dessers, obviously, we're talking about the header, tremendous header, puts it right in the top bins. I had to actually go back twice to see who set the ball in. Didn't realise it was Yefty that crossed it. It was a Borna Barisic kind of esque cross into the box, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. I mean, I think that the goal, it was, you're right, it was Bourne-esque. It just, he's at so much time, he opens up his body and he delivers an absolute worldie of ball. Right onto Desser's head. Desser doesn't need to move. And I don't know if you can remember the Alfredo Morelos header away to Feyenoord, the second one he scored. It was very similar to that, where he was sort of right up high, using his neck muscles to direct it to the top bin. Brilliant header, brilliant ball, brilliant header. And for me, that's what Jeffy has to do more of. Just if he can just sort of, because he's got a good left foot. If he can work on that, deliver balls into the front post, different heights of crosses as well. Doesn't always need to be high. So I think there's definitely the room there to be worked on. But what a goal that was!
Yeah, it shocked me the quality of the ball in the box because it's just something we haven't really seen enough of this season from the FD, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree, and I think, like I said, if he can, whoever it is that's coming in, if we can just get him to work on that, even if he can bring players closer to him with pretending to cross it and then go by them because he's quick enough to do that as well, hit the byline, then you're definitely going to get more goals and like Doug says, assists out of him as well. But that's him too little, too late, isn't it?
Well, I think that's it at this point in the season. The rest of the second or the first half, sorry, it's just it's half and puff really, isn't it? It's us trying to break them down, them trying to hit us on the counter. I don't have anything in my notes here for the rest of the first half. It kind of went quiet.
I would like to bring up Butland's save from Dessers. He really scores an OG. I think that was a really, really good reaction save because Dessers doesn't even really know anything about it. And the ball sort of whipped in for a long free kick, I think it is. Like a deep free kick, sorry. And Dessers will just run towards goal. It comes off his foot. Pretty sweet. I don't know if he tries to clear it or not, but to be fair to Butland, he was really switched on it and he was kind of at full stretch to put it round the post as well. So fair play. And I think that's, again, it made him grow into the game, a wee bit of confidence. I don't think he saves that cup of last month. I don't think he saves that.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I think the stint out probably will help them for the long run.
Yeah.
Whether that's for us next season remains to be seen. Obviously, 30 days yet on that. Start the second half then. No changes to the lineup because I think he's obviously gave them the usual rocket that they sort of expect. And then the second half kind of went in the way of the Aberdeen game at the weekend where we grow into the game and we start actually playing decent football.
I think, mate, to be fair, like and I don't know if it's credit to the management team, but it's going to come across my point's going to come across this way. I think that they watch or analyse the first half and they find tweaks on what we need to do better as a team. Because every time they come out, I don't know if it's just a bollocking they get, but every time they come out, they seem to be a wee bit more switched on, trying a wee bit harder, movements a wee bit better. So I don't know if there's maybe, when we go out to start with, it's quite even, but then the management team say, look, if Nico, if you drive into this space or drop in here, this or whatever it is, you know what I mean? I don't know. But it tends to, it's worked the past 2 games, I should say. Like you say, maybe it is a bollocking, but I think that once we started to feel the ascendancy, they started to play with a wee bit more confidence in a game. It's a dead rubber, and that's the way that they should be treating teams like this. Do you know what I mean? At Ibrox. So, again, if that's on a title decider, do you see that performance? Probably not, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We'll touch then on the Dessers pen. Did you see the incident before where he was sort of? What do you think? Do you think that was a soft one? It would have been soft if it was given, or do you think he had every right?
I think that I don't know if there's enough holding. At first initial view, I thought that's a Stonewall penalty.
Yeah, I was the same.
But I don't think there's enough of a hold on him. Now, I don't know how the referee doesn't give it in first viewing, if that makes sense, because it looked like, I said, it looks like a Stonewall penalty. He's given benefit of doubt to, I think it's Declan Gallagher. I thought Dessers just go and try and score. Do you know what I mean? And if you're getting to it, it will hold you back, and then you can go down. But I just think, I don't know, it's a bit of a mess. I think it goes down a wee bit too soon, a wee bit too easy for me as well. And again, that's me. Like, obviously, I wanted a penalty, but that's my genuine thoughts on it. I think he throws himself to the ground because he's got a genuine claim, if that makes sense. But it's just there's no enough in it for me.
Did the referee? I didn't see the referee book him for it because I thought if not given a pen for it, is it not booked for simulation, or they changed the rules?
I mean, it should be. I
thought that.
The referee thinks he's dived, but again, I don't know if the referee can just say there's not enough in that. There's a coming together, they call it, into it, but there's not enough in it.
Well, that brings you on to then the actual penalty itself, which is a coming together, but the referee was no interest in giving it at all at the time.
Ridiculous, honestly, ridiculous. I don't. In the listen, there's nothing on the line. There's no pressure on these refs at this point, and they still can't get that right. Now, I'm glad VAR came in and done its job. I think VAR should have asked him to have a look at the first one though as well.
Yeah.
Just for him to make his mind up. Listen, if he still sticks with his decision, then that's fair enough. But the fact he doesn't give it, I mean, Diamandi uses his body well. The guy comes through the back of him. He's late. Like, how many more? And you can see that Diamandi, you can't make yourself do that sort of motion. Do you know what I mean? He literally comes through him. So ridiculous decision for it not to be given in the first place. And again, like I said, there's no pressure on these refs, so why not give it? If VAR says it's not a pen, then it's not a pen. Do you know what I mean? We need to get out of that. VAR are sort of saving them from making the decision all the time. Refs need to go and make that decision. If they're wrong, then they're wrong, and VAR will correct them, I'd imagine.
It's something I think we definitely don't seem to do it a lot up here is use the monitor. Definitely in Premier League you see it a lot. The referees get more, they're more scope for them to go and check, or they're asked for their opinion because the VAR team aren't sure, so they get the refs on screen on field opinion. I think it's something that we definitely don't utilise much. Were you surprised then to see Dessers giving the ball a ticket?
I would have told them. If I was Tav, I'd have told them to go. And I said that in the chat. I would have been like that. No, there you go. But listen, obviously, fair play, because I think that makes him top scorer in the league.
It does,
And again, if you can't really grumble with his numbers. If you're saying Maeda's had some season and Dessers has scored more goals than him, then. But it's the ones he's missing. His build-up plays all different. But I know that. But in terms of the penalty, I thought Tav, because I think Tav's quite selfish that way. He likes to take his penalties, and he's not had one since Queen's Park game, which he missed, I think. So I was fully expecting him There you go, 50 goals for Rangers as well. So there's a wee milestone there. Fair play to him, let him take it. And I thought he took it well. I don't like the start of step penalties. I really don't like them. I think you can mess it up. You're waiting on the goalie to move first and then deciding where to put it. Don't like them, but he takes it well, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought the same. He did well. Calm, composed. As you say, the stutter run up, sort of not a fan of it myself. That sort of takes us on then to the Raskin goal, which I thought basically just summed up the last sort of couple of months he's had. Just bombing forward and driving the team forward, and a great finish.
I think the full goal, it was down at our own right-hand corner flag, and we looked pretty penned in. I think it goes to Tav, maybe to Barron, comes back out, we break it out to Shooter. He drives forward, it then goes to who I don't even know who it is, Cherny maybe, I can't remember. And then he plays in Raskin. It's a great finish. I mean, say it's a great finish, he hits it high and hard. It's a pretty standard finish. But I think if it's a better level of goal, the goalie maybe stays up a wee bit longer.
Yeah.
But listen, he scores a goal. It's a great team goal, great movement. And that's what you should be doing to teams who are trying to press you. That's what we should have been doing to St Mirren, Motherwell, when they came going toe-to-toe. You should be able to go and do that. And again, I think the fact that there's no pressure on it makes them going to be able to do that, because I feel like it's the same every time the season's done. We see these performances for Rangers and then we get a wee bit excited going into the next season thinking, well, we're actually no bad team. Excuse me, then we fall to bits. But listen, Nico Raskin for me is head and shoulders above anybody else in the Rangers team now. And you see that, Jock, he's getting forward, he's getting assists, he's getting goals. The one at Celtic Park. It's just a phenomenal football player, and he's now adding attack numbers to his game as opposed to being so well at forcing turnovers and winning the ball and starting the play. Honestly, he's unbelievable. And I'd just like to point out there, I seen made his comment, Raskin captain next season. I don't know if you've seen, he posted on Instagram a couple of days ago, and a lot of fans were commenting on it, saying, stay and become captain next season, stay for us. And he was liking it all, was liking all the fans' comments on it. So that was quite interesting to see that. So maybe there's an extension contract there for him.
Well, that's ideally, isn't it? We tie him up to another nice fat chunky contract, so we get a hefty payout for him, and whenever we finally start selling players for decent money and we start utilising this model that we've been supposed to be talking about and supposed to be implementing for flipping the best part of 8 years now. After the goal, then there's a raft of substitutions. We see Casemiro, we see Tom Lawrence, Cortez comes on, Danilo comes on, Bailey Rice comes on. Do you think it's just Barry's just going through the motions? Because there was no Enciala, wasn't even in the squad from what I can see here. So, I mean, like you said, do you think Enciala's time's up? Do you think he's out the door?
No, I definitely don't think that. No, I don't know why Barry. I mean, it goes 3-1, right? But what are you playing for? Like, why are these guys not getting on until the game's definitely won? I just don't understand it. And I thought when at the weekend when Danilo come on, him and Hamza linked up really well. He looked sharp. He looked as if he had a wee pop at goal. And again tonight when he come on, I felt the same. I felt he was sharp. He was getting involved. There was a different dynamic to the team.
Yeah, link up play. They were sort of playing with Dundee United towards the end. You could see that. And
I know it's 3-1, and it's easy to make that assumption. But at the same time, it's a different from Dessers running you in beyond all night. It's different when Danilo's coming short and you're playing one towards the edge of the box. And again, I thought Cortez, again, there's not much to see from him, but for him and Danilo coming on, Bailey's coming on, I thought they'd done absolutely fine. I thought Bailey's done okay as well. A lot better than what I seen at Aberdeen. I thought Aberdeen had too many just wall passes and he was just keeping it safe. When you're 3-1 at home, thought the night he had a wee bit more about him. Don't know if that was because we were maybe playing higher up the park or whatever, but Enciala for me, if he's not injured, he should be starting every game. We need to see again, or we need to be develop him into another Bassey. And we look what happened with Calvin Bassey. He was very light inside, very raw, pacey, powerful. Wasn't really sure on the ball. He's basically a carbon copy of him. And if we can get him confident enough to go and take the ball, maybe dive out of defence, or he's a great passer of the ball inside, I'll give him that. There's no fear to fizz it in there. So we should be starting these boys and see him really bringing on Tom Lawrence. What does that do? And again, he's giving Tierney, like, no disrespect, but he's giving Tierney all the minutes as well. He's not going to be here. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro, bringing him on, I know that was more of a, I think Jeff to get injured. Hope it was no serious, or he looked as if he got injured a wee bit. And I understand bringing Casemiro on just to say sort of thanks or whatever for like coming back, and I get that. But again, he's not going to be here as far as we know. I think we've got an option on him, but I don't see us taking up that option. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm surprised, to be honest. I can see Lawrence getting some minutes just as cause it's probably going to be his last appearance at Ibrox. I understand that. And then I'm surprised Proper didn't get on. And I'd like to have seen Curtis come on. I'd rather seen Curtis and Rice come on than to be fair, Cortez and probably Danilo, because I think they maybe more deserve it. But then, as Barry says, if they're not doing it in the training, they're not going to earn the minutes. Especially when we're 3-1 up, and we're looking quite comfortable at that point. I generally thought he would maybe look at the youth side of things, but only Bailey Rice is the one that's earning the minutes at the moment.
I think probably Finlay Curtis. And listen, I'd love to see him come on as well, see what he can do. I thought he had a great game. Was it against Aberdeen he played the last time when he set up? He won the header and flicked on Hamza.
Yeah.
I think so. Again, the last time I seen him, I thought he had a really good game. It's not been seen since. I think he'll probably go out and loan next season. I don't think he'll be a part of the squad, and it's probably best for him to go and get competitive minutes and hopefully in the top league. But like Cortez and that, these are going to be if not starters, then squad players, especially him, Danilo, unless he gets sold. So I think we need to see again what these boys are. Can they go on a prolonged period of playing, even though it's dead rubber, it's still competitive. Dundee still wants to win the game. It's not like it's a friendly and there's nobody really trying. So can they go and play a good maybe 3 or 4 or 5 90 minutes in a row, go and see what they can do? How does their injuries flare up? And then you can say, right, are we keeping them then or we know? But I don't buy into the line. If they're doing it in training, they'll play for me. I don't see what any difference that makes. The league is done. You need to play the players to see what we've got. But he's a manager at the end of the day.
That's it. At the end of the day, it's how he's one that's got he has to put the team in the park and he picks the team to win the game. He's done that tonight. No clean sheet, but it's another home win, which can only be good going forward for kick-starting next season. Just then, who was your man of the match?
Do you need to ask? Nico asking again. I know people say Dessel Scott too, but I think what he offers is. I seen Curry's comment earlier saying that he thinks he's a player. I really disagree. I think he's got a bit of him. He can win the header, he can win tackles, he can dribble, he can carry the ball, get out of danger. Passing range is good. He's now adding goals and assists to his game. I really don't see, and that's what asking me sort of saw drop maybe his first 6 months when he came, and then he had a massive dip.
Yeah.
I think he's now back to beyond that best that we first seen. And for me, it was man of the match again easily tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. I think he's definitely above that level now. I think that international game he's had just took his game to another level, and he's maintaining that, which is like something we didn't see. We didn't see that consistency.
Yeah,
but we were all sort of, you could see there was glimpses in his play when he first came in that he had the ability to potentially reach that, and it's just taken this length of time to get there, which thankfully he's there now. I just hope we get to see more of him next season, folks. We'll wrap it up there then. So thanks, Dylan, for joining me.
Sorry, Curry. No problem, mate. I didn't know he was only winding up. I thought he was being serious in the comment. No, listen, no, it's a pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure. And I think we're on again. I'm on the game tomorrow night. So the boys in the chat will be sick of my face by this point in my voice, but hey ho.
Well, we're on again tomorrow night, as Dylan says, and then there'll be the Friday one in the afternoon as well, and then obviously we'll have the post match and pre match for the Hibs game away. Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday 12:30. Yeah.
Early on Saturday. So, and then obviously if things change managers wise, we'll no doubt have a pod go live and we can discuss that if anything's announced in the next couple of days. Thanks for joining, folks, and just remember every night's a Rangers Journal night.